Hi everyone, this video is part 5 of working with data. So let's get an overview of today's lecture. Data scientists spend most of their time organizing and cleaning data. It's simply the most time-consuming part of a data science project since real-world data is frequently messy. Therefore, when working with R as a data scientist, the Tidyverse package are your best friends. It's the most powerful collection of packages for preparing, processing, and visualizing data that is required in a data science workflow. So let's see the learning objectives of today's lecture. First of all, we will see what is Tidyverse. Then we will see how to install Tidyverse. Next, we will see what is the usage of Tidyverse. In the last, we will learn about what packages are offered by Tidyverse. So what is actually a Tidyverse? Tidyverse is a collection of essential R packages that works in harmony to transform and give a better representation of data. The packages included in the Tidyverse assist us in interacting with the data by importing it, tidying, manipulating, and visualizing it. A good aspect of Tidyverse is that it's open source with the aim of providing free access to anyone so that it can be modified and improved. Now let's see how we can do the installation of Tidyverse. The Tidyverse package was created to make it simple to load core packages from the Tidyverse and install them with only one command that you are most likely to use in almost every analysis. First of all, we can do the installation from cran, and the syntax for it as follows: install.packages, then write Tidyverse. Then we can see the installation from GitHub using the development variant. You say install.packages, then DevTools, and then you write this line of code after this one. Now let's see how we can install it in RStudio. Well, first of all, let's say we set our working directory permanently, which is, in my case, will be data science R. So anyway, we were about to install our Tidyverse. So let's use the syntax install.packages, and then we pass the package name, which is Tidyverse. All right, let's run it. So this is taking some time because there are a lot of packages that are installed when you download the whole Tidyverse. This is gonna take some time as this collection of packages is quite big. And you can see here that your packages have been successfully downloaded. Now let's move back to slides. Now you might be wondering that how to load a Tidyverse. In order to load the whole Tidyverse packages, you can run the following syntax, which is library Tidyverse. Now let's do it. Library, and then I will pass the package name, which is Tidyverse. Let's run it. In order to check if the Tidyverse packages are up to date or not, you can run the following syntax, such as Tidyverse update. Now you can see here that when you run this command Tidyverse update, you can see here that the console has been saying all Tidyverse packages are up to date. And when you loaded the library Tidyverse, You can see here that all of the packages inside Tidyverse such as ggplot2, per, tibble, and others as well have been loaded. When you load the Tidyverse package using library keyword, you also get a condensed summary of conflicts with other packages you have loaded. One can also see conflicts created later with the following syntax, which is Tidyverse conflicts. Tidyverse conflicts. So this is how it works. Now let's move back to slides. Now, what is the usage of Tidyverse? Following are the core Tidyverse packages that are installed during installation process. So the first category includes data visualization and exploration. For this, we use the package of ggplot2, which is declarative data visualizations are made with ggplot2. After receiving the dataset, it converts variables into aesthetics according to the graphical primitives you have specified. We will see about this package in the next outline. Next, we have data wrangling and transformation. This includes the package of dplyr. Dplyr provides a consistent set of verbs that helps us to do data manipulation tasks. You have already seen how to use this package in this outline in all of the previous videos. Next, we have tidyr. A series of functions offered by tidyr helps to tidy up data and bring it into a consistent format. Next, we have stringr. Stringr library includes a set of functions with the aim of making typical string manipulations tasks as quick and accurate as possible. In the last, we have for-cats. Are uses vectors to manage categorical variables or variables with a predefined and known range of possible values. When handling vectors, forecast offers a variety of helpful functions. Next, we have the category of data import and management. The first package in this category of Tidyverse is readr. Several different forms of data, including CSV, TSV, and FWF, can be imported and read quickly and easily with this package. Next, we have tibble. Tibble is a new take on the data frame where you keep what is relevant and effective and exclude what is not depending on the time and situation. Your code becomes cleaner and more expressive as a result of using tibbles. In the last, we have the category of functional programming. This includes the package of per-r. So this adds to R's functional programming toolkit by offering a comprehensive and unified collection of tools for working with functions and vectors. This package enables you to replace many for loops with more expressive and easy to write code once you master the fundamental concepts. So we're going to study about each of these packages in the next videos. Now let's move forward. Along with the previously mentioned packages, Tidyverse also offers several specific packages that you must explicitly load using library function. These packages will probably be used frequently by you, but perhaps not in every analysis. So first of all, we have working with particular vector types, in which we use the package of HMS, which is used for times. Next, we have librdate, which is used for date and times. Next, we have the category of importing different types of data, in which we use the package such as Haven, used for SPSS, SAS, and Stata files. Next, we have Feather, which is used for sharing with other languages such as Python. Next, we have HTTR, which is used for dealing with the web APIs. Next, we have RWES, which is used for web scraping purposes. JSONLite, which is used for handling JSON files. Then we have read Excel, which is used for reading .xls and .xlsx files. Then we have XML2, which is used for XML files. In the last, we have the category of modeling, in which we use the package such as model R, which is used for pipeline modeling. Then we have Broom, which is used for tuning models into tidy data. We will focus on the core packages such as ggplot2 and so on. So let's talk about data import and management packages in this video. Data import and management category in Tidyverse includes the following two packages. First one is readr, then we have tibble. So let's get to know about readr package. In R, there are various techniques for reading data. A quick and easy way to handle the issue of importing a flat file into a tibble is provided via the readr module in Tidyverse. The computation speed is much increased, and this represents an improvement over the conventional file import techniques. It's made to parse several sorts of data, including CSV files, TSV files, etc., while also delivering an informative problem report in the event that parsing yields unexpected results. The syntax for readr package is quite simple. You just use the readr function, then pass the file name, dot, and the type of file. Readr implies two functions, one that parses the entire file and the other that concentrates on a single column. This column specification outlines the process for converting the column's character vector data to the appropriate data type. Most often, readr performs this automatically. Readr has several following functions. Let's see the first one, read CSV, which is used for reading comma-separated files. Next, we have TSV, which is used for reading tab-separated values. Then we have read delim, which is used for reading delimited files. Then we have read log, which is used to read weblog files. Then we have read FWF, which is used to read fixed width files. Then we have read table function, which is used to read the white space separated files. Now let's move to RStudio to see how it works. So in order to use the functions of readr, I can either say load Tidyverse, or I can also say library, and then I say read R. So these are the both ways to do this. Let's comment the first one. Now you know that in my directory, I have files such as memsleep, msleep, and test.txt. For instance, I want to read the file of memsleep. I will first of all create a variable, which is, let's say, data1. And in this variable, I will read my file by saying read.csv. And here I will pass the name of the file, which is memsleep.csv. Now let's say head and then data1. So you can see here that your file has been imported. Now let's say, for instance, I want to read this file in my directory, which is test.txt. So for instance, I will store it in a variable, which is data2, and I will say read.delim. And here I pass the file name, which is test.txt. And then I say read data2. So this is actually going to read the test file. It will separate the contents of a file with commas. All right, so you can see here that this is a test file for TSV. Now let's move back to slides. Next, we have tibble package. We initially transform our data into a data frame before starting any data science work. Tibble is a simplified form of the R data frame that is intended to be more visually appealing and user-friendly. It keeps the beneficial parts of the data frame and leaves out the less significant ones. Additionally, Tibble's improved print method makes it easier to use big data sets with complicated objects. These features allow us to address the underlying data issues early on, resulting in cleaner code and data. Now, here are some points to consider about Tibble. The first one is that Tibble does not change variable types or names. No partial matching is done in Tibbles. When a variable does not exist or a value is missing inside a data frame, it does not raise errors. So, how to create a table? A new table from the column vectors can be created with the following syntax. So, in order to use table, first of all, I will have to load the package, let's say library, and then I will pass the package name. Either I can load the whole tidyverse, or just like reader, I can also do this thing, which is library, and then I pass the package name of tidyverse, which is tibble right now. So let's load it. All right. For instance, I want to create my first table and I name it table1. And inside this table, let's say I create a column name such as x equals to, and then I pass the values such as x contains the value of 1, 2, and 3. And I did it using the colon operator. Next, I have a column named as y, and inside this column y, I say create the letters. The letters would be 1, 2, 3, which will represent A, B, and C. And then I have a column of Z, and inside this column, I say it contains the values of 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. And then I say print table1. All right, so now let's run it. So you can see here it contains 3 columns, which is X, Y, Z. Now, an important point to consider about table is that you can see also the data types of each of the column, such as the first column contains the data type of int, and the next column contains the data type of character, and the third contains the data type of double. Now let's move back to slides. However, if you have a data frame and you want to convert it into a table, then you can use the following syntax, which is data as table, and then you pass the data frame. Now let's implement. Now, for instance, I load the data set of msleep. I say data3, and then I use the function of read.csv, and then I pass the name msleep.csv, and then I say head data3. Now I will run this chunk of code. Now let's say I convert it into table and I name it table2, and here I use the function of stable, and then I pass the data frame, which is data3 in my case, and then I say print table2. All right. So you can see here that now you have a table that contains 83 observations and 11 columns. But when you said head data, it didn't tell you about any of these things. Now, I have designed some homework for you. Your homework is to use the readout functions to read different types of data, use the tibble function to create your own tibbles, and use the tibble package function to convert data frames into a tibble. In the last, you can assess this flights dataset, and then you can do operations of what you have learned today. So this is the end of today's video. Now good luck, see you next time.